and we'll get to it. It's been a minute. Took a nice little break. Sometimes you gotta let the battery recharge. You don't wanna show up just to show up. You know what I'm saying? You really want to make sure that you're in the best energy when you start your work, of course. You know what I mean? So, took a little time off, got a little rest, and a whole bunch of other nice little things happening along the way. But I hope everybody's doing well tonight. And we will continue with Mosaic. And we might bounce a little bit back into the other picture. It's just about done. I haven't sat with it completely out yet, the whole nine. I want to really tighten up a few things. Still got the hands and the tiger. So those will be the things that we will definitely be looking to tighten up. And even the socks, but I like the socks like that almost. Like the red, the purple, and the black. We'll see. We'll see. But tonight, we are going to bring the clay man to life. One and only Mosaic. My Earth Jinn created character. And this goes back to, well, let's get ourselves situated first. How about that? And let's see what we have left as far as paint. Because I kind of left some of this out. Yeah, we're good. We're good. So, this kind of work goes back to, this is an inner child channel at the end of the day. Fancy and everything attributed to it was done in the spirit of the inner child. So this really kind of goes into the realm, well, not kind of, it does. It falls into the realm of like imaginary friends. If you remember that time in your life when you had that kind of dynamic going on. And the thing you gotta realize is those were not imaginary. You really created characters, friends, the one who hid under your bed or whatever, or would help you out of situations. It's the same difference with these characters. They're all coming from within. Um, if it's not just a channel, you know what I'm saying? But you treat them as such, and that's the power and the magic behind the art, because you give form to the formless. You give it personality, characteristics, traits, which usually kind of fall back on you. You know what I'm saying? As far as what is beneath the surface, you take all this human skin and peel it back. You feel what I'm saying? The jinn themselves, or these demons or damians, go back to, you find them in Solomon's story with the signet ring. They helped him build the temple. So they're not evil, even though their name has been demonized, Damians, demons, and all that. It was just another name that was used to express what goes on within. The thousand petal first eye. It says that chakra is what holds these entities. Like when you think of the mythology of Rudra, who had that third eye, and even Shiva, when he there's a beautiful mythology of him and Parvati, um, of him cutting a lock of his hair off after he was and his wife were disrespected by Parvati's father. So he proceeds to cut a lock of his hair off, and this is the creation of Kali. The mythology kind of points the way. So it just puts a little bit of extra oomph into your work. You just don't want to be technical. You want to have a kind of like a solid hold on your subject matter. Doing your research, having the real time experience with these entities. And you know that the word entity, the first part of it is in. You know what I'm saying? The language doesn't lie in those regards. You know? What's going on, everybody? Thank you very much. But let me slide it over so you can see it a little bit, and then I'll bring it down so you can see the character. This is the clay figure that I made of him maybe 2, 3 years ago, based on the concept picture that I did of him, which is somewhere around here. I think I know where it is, but I gotta go digging for that. That next time. But as you grow and as you evolve, so does everything inside of you and around you. So this character is getting a basically a facelift with this painting, and I'll probably go in with the other three at some other point. But he was the one that kind of put his hand up first. You know what I mean? He was the first of them to come through back in 2012 as a pretty much like a protective energy. You know what I'm saying? A grounded protective energy that is nothing more than an extension of my earth sign and blah blah blah, but solid as a rock. You know what I'm saying? Solid as a rock. So that's my spiel tonight on art therapy, season 2, session 3. Welcome on in if it's your first time. I always encourage everybody, if you have a love for the arts, that this is the time we can spend to invest that energy and focus into what we love to do. So by all means, dedicate a little bit of time to your creativity and your inner child. And we're just going to dive in. I don't even know what I'm going to do tonight with this, but I'm just kind of throwing colors around, seeing what works and what doesn't. Drop a like, drop a comment. Let me know where you guys are from and what your craft is, your specialty, what you like to do. And I'll say what you love to do. I'll put it like that, regardless of how far you are on your journey. Because you're always going to grow, you're always going to learn, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to liven him up with some colors. We're going to remove some of this black and not rely so much on the outline, but really merge the picture together. Shout out to India and New England. Shout out to Canada. Shout out to the Czech Republic. Fancy's deck has reached all corners almost of the globe. So I'm really happy about that. That it's able to reach people millions of miles away, it seems. And of course, token of gratitude to everybody who supported the arts, not just mine, but the arts in general. Your favorite artists, you know what I'm saying? All right. So now we're getting somewhere. That was a good warm up. So it's Happy Friday's Eve. What's everybody got going on? How's everybody feeling? Speaking for myself, it was a beautiful day. I got to spend time with the kids up at the school and see their creativity. Got a girl in class. Oh my gosh, she can draw. We got a couple of really talented children in that class. And maybe about a little bit more than an hour ago, we got out of another class teaching the Mayan calendar. And we had some really beautiful conversations. So I'm in a state of gratitude. I can't complain at all. Nothing to complain about. So I guess we're gonna get into the shoulders tonight. I really like how this came out. This is clay, that air hardening clay. I need to get some more because I'm really ready to dive in and see what characters pop out this time. So we can look forward to that on the sessions coming up. Some clay modeling, some more watercoloring, and some more illustration. But like I said, let me know in the comments what you're feeling. You know, we can go any direction. This is our channel. So let me see if I got like a beige. I thought I had something like that. Is this it? Let's see. Yeah, there it is. You guys ain't chirping tonight, huh? Well, wherever you are in the world and whatever you're doing, I hope you're doing well. Let's see here. Alrighty. There we go. just antsy out here, buddy. How did I know you were gonna show up, Lisa? Something in my mind was like, I ain't seen Lisa in a minute. How are you? Welcome on back. How's everything with you? That's crazy. Let me get you on a bird's eye view. Let's do the escape bird's eye view. And you can also see what's coming. We still got the one all the way in the back to do for real. And the update for the father-daughter one. Oh no, oh no, there goes my water. It's all good. We're prepared for something like that. All right. So I'll never throw nothing away. This stuff comes in handy. We'll just tidy that up tomorrow. Well, thank you. Hopefully. Oh yeah, it's been magical. I think it's mostly, well, I know mostly it's because of just taking the downtime, but also where I've been putting my energy at has really helped. Been around a lot of really like-minded individuals. Kindred spirits. So when I'm not in my little hermit mode, it's been worth the effort, you know. How about yourself? Where's my leg? I think we need to get you up on something. That's a nice fit, actually. Maybe I won't throw that bucket away. I'll just decorate it and put it in the garden, in the fairy garden. And it can just sit in there like that after I paint all this. Let's see. Uh-oh, we done found a new project. Yeah, that's holding pretty tight. Paint this like a little mountain scene right here. On top of that bucket. Just put it in the fairy garden. Hear what mud is good for the soul. Yeah, you ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. You never knew how much you needed it till you got there. I'm just making sure I don't linger there too long, you know? They can get really comfortable. So much to the point, I feel like I haven't done a live or a card spread or nothing for like weeks, it feels like, but it hasn't even been that long. But it feels like it. Okay. it still has the depth, and I'm still gonna keep it like that up in there. But we gotta follow suit on this side now, just a little bit. This side is a little bit more. The show is that where you're at with it? I'm trusting that's where you're at with it, huh? You know, especially with this cycle, like this is a very interesting time to be on the planet. Let's just say that, but this feels more like a reconditioning, you know, getting used to things really working out a lot better than they did. So it's kind of like purging. It's like getting rid of the PTSD is what like November, December did, giving that time and that space, kind of gather ourselves. Nice. Feel that. Now maybe we'll start adding different characters. Oh, you already know. I know there's going to be a whole lot of people who are going to benefit from my success as well. So I'm going to do a lot more, philanthropy this year. Last year was pretty good as far as, being in that spirit of giving. But you always want to do a little bit more. But that's why I'm happy to be back with the children. I can do a lot. Just in that realm alone, so. smirk on his face. Now we'll start to add in a little bit more personality. But I really like how this red came out on top of this blue and green, especially just for shadowing. So we're just gonna flow with it tonight. We're just gonna flow with it. Oh, I love those kind of videos. There was a couple out like that before. Not too long ago I saw some really interesting things down there. And the fact that they can survive at those depths is mind blowing. Kind of puts you in check, you know what I'm saying? And I tell everybody, I get like, I don't know, people be sending those things like every day. I get about 2 DMs with videos. But even social media, I was like, nah, I'm gonna take a break. I don't really need to be on it like that. But thank you very much. I will definitely check it out. What do we do right there? I think we'll fix some of that too. Fix some of that off. Be a good red. Let's see, we got something here. There we go. Thank you. Take that out of that. And we are good to go. It's an amazing time we're living in, I tell you. I feel that the unknown is definitely it's not so gloomy or whatever. It's more of a feeling now, and it feels really good even though you can't see what it is. That makes sense. The anticipation of what's to come is very high. Well, shoot, I think I only got one, two pieces in here that aren't finished, and then I gotta go grab one from that spot, and I will have the entire collection in one place since all the new stuff came in. And that's definitely one of my goals this year is to get it all in one place and have a showing for it. Minus a few that already went out. Some of them sold, but all the major players are still in here. So when we get this way, is what the model is telling me. And I like that, okay. Okay, you got it. Appreciate it. I pray the same for you. Everything's going the way you can't really say the way you want it, in a sense, you know what I'm saying? But that everything's in alignment for you. But I'll be out tomorrow on the gram to usher in the new wave spell. Mushrooms. Okay. Play with a little spirit walking down the steps. Give me a feel from yeah, we're about to get the fine brushes out for this, for these little ones. These little something. Now it's really taking shape. Let's see y'all. Let's see y'all. A set time for tomorrow. Well, I'm doing class at 7, so I might be on about 5:36. I don't want to stay on too long. I just want to give it a. I'm just curious to see what the energy is really with everything, and I like to tap in on that day, which is pretty much here anyway. I mean, I can actually do it tonight, but I'd rather paint and get a little rest. But I should be on about 5:30, and that's Central Time here in Nova. Yeah, I feel like I haven't done a reading or anything for a hot minute, so we'll see what the vibe is like. You know what I mean? And do what we do. Oh, that blue is really fantastic. I need some of that blue in the water. Make sure I'm not in the way. And then before we leave tonight, I'll show you the fairy house because this thing then went to another dimension too. The spirit was like, don't give away too much of your process. You know what I'm saying? But the progress is definitely something I can share. Actually, I should have kind of kept that. I like that stroke in there. Yeah, that really pops. Yeah, absolutely. embracing that feminine quality in those regards. You know what I'm saying? Like you go down second line, and you already know what you're getting because it's just out. But it's different when you see a woman in a dress, a long dress, or really not revealing too much. The imagination takes over. It's a whole different ball game. No, you're not the one I had. What are you? Let's see. Well, we use white because it's coming to that ending right here. And now let's see if we can get this worked the way I feel like it should be working. Just a little bit of it up there. A little bit of it up there. Yeah, that's good. All right. Give me another brush. So fix that up at least. Yeah, what are we looking like? It's oh my God, we are at 48. Can you speak? Is that polar vortex? I don't even know what you're talking about, really. You have to feel me, yeah. Maybe it's just the wording. But see, yours starts around the chin line, so I think we're gonna bring it down a little bit. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. If it's an agenda, I'm gonna tell you like this, and these are the words and advice from a good friend, because we were having conversations about, you know, with social media being a influx of information overload, too much information, blah blah blah, right? Um, a lot of the propaganda interferes based on what they can or could possibly do. You feel me? So when it comes to other people's agendas, really just don't give it no life, because there's a whole nother system going on right now dealing with natural time and whatnot that supersedes it all at the end of the day. So it's like, you know, I guess maybe last year, 2 years ago, somebody was asking me like, whose side are you on, kind of thing. I said, if we play in that game, I'm on the planet side, nature side. You know what I'm saying? Everything else can just, you know, until they can find something that can stop a hurricane or a tornado or none of that other shit. You know what I mean? You gotta worry about it. Agenda my ass. Spirit is kicking a lot of ass out here. So it's kind of like, just do what you do. Somebody's always gonna be saying what they're going to do against you. You know what I'm saying? 2 polar vortices within 2 weeks. Oh, this is natural phenomena. It's the time we're in. We're gonna start seeing a lot of things we haven't seen before, or in a long time. I'll put it to you like that. Everything from the solar flares to the vortexes. Question is, who's opening them? You know what I'm saying? When you're speaking in that context. Like I said, if it's an agenda, somebody else's shit. Yeah, I want to see how far you get with that. Mm-hmm. And also, it's like, well, what are you gonna do with it? Is it something that you can tap into that's of your benefit? You know, is there something more to it that you can put your hands on and wrap your mind around? At the same time, if there's nothing I can do with it, I'm gonna leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Is that one of those videos that you sent? You got a video on that thing, so you can send that right on over, and I'll check it out. We have a good convo on that, based on whatever information is in there. Mm-hmm. I really want to get these eyes before I roll. You got a little time. Plus, I still want to show you the fairy house and how that's going. Because that thing, you can't plan them things, I'm telling you. You got to be in the moment with these things, especially with those fairies. They do not like that old shit. Or that planned kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh my god. Damn, that was quick. 54? Alright. Well, I guess I will save a little bit. Let me see your eyes, buddy. Okay. Go a little bit underneath, and then we'll segue into the fairy home. So let's check out the fairy home and all the wonderful workings that have been coming out of this thing. Alright. Back. So here's the front entrance to the fairy home. And I've already started some of the decorations. All this loose stuff that I had, I kind of cleaned out everything, did some feng shui, and I found all these pieces of crystals and stuff. So we're gonna start, dangling them off the porch, so to speak. Speaking of the porch, we're now building a little bit of a extra add-on. All this stuff is glued down. It's like sticks laying around. Just water creators. Okay, they're connected. Concerned that power may go out due to the cold. Where's this at? As far as the power going out, that's all over, is what they're saying, like the blackout. 3 days of darkness kind of thing. I'll just say this, it's better to be prepared than not prepared at the end of the day. So let me turn this around so I can see it. Let me see. Bing. There we go. So we're gonna change some of the color, but I did all the whatchamacallit him, the roofing. I don't know what I cannot think of the word I'm looking for. But we got some of the color on as well. Onto the sides. We put the stilts on for the home. The back side. We still have a little bit to do up here. All the way around. Clean that hole up. So we put a little piece of glass, I guess. The cap for the change holder now has a look, and it's still good going all the way down into the jar. So put your money on there, just cap it off like this. Well, that's always been, the Transformers, like, sheesh, I've done alterations to a couple of my figures, and that's kind of when I want to get back into the clay, because that's like almost a prerequisite for a lot of the toys that they create, is they do clay models. So it's definitely not out of the question. And then on the inside, we're laying the tile for the floor. So we're going to be laying these across, and that blue right there and all that, we didn't put these little pieces or whatever, I don't know, but we cleaned up the walls and we're starting to put the tile up on there. So, it's a work in progress. Here's the front porch without all that shade. So these are all real sticks and pieces of Spanish moss that grows out here, as well as some shells and some acorns. And then we got the shutters just about done, and I figured out the way to keep these open with the copper on both sides. So we'll put the other two on there when we're finished, and then line this up with some more of that Spanish moss to kind of let it hang down off the porch. And then, that's the part I really should have been on. Where is that at? Now we're getting into engineering, because, like I said, these fairies, they'll crack the whip on you. And the only reason it's not finished is because we had a lot of rain. So, you got to make sure you collect. Ooh, and I broke a piece of that off, but maybe they did that, I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes. But we're getting a bridge made completely of sticks. So I'm just filling them in as I go, and I left these two little tabs out. So this is kind of like toy making right here, because you'll see a lot of this with Transformers with the tabs and stuff. And I drilled these two holes, so I have this removable bridge that I'm working on, where you just plug it in when it's fully engaged, and you got this bridge that just hangs up. So I don't know, I was thinking of making just a little spiral staircase right here. And that's kind of why, I really wanted to bring this back to the forefront, because when I did it the first time, it was so much fun. It was so easy. Um, and there's so many benefits to working with the fairies that kind of go under the radar. Well, I guess this can go up here now, huh? Like the garden, when you're sealing the cracks with the tea bags, you're drinking a lot of tea. You know what I'm saying? There's like certain things they'll have you do that are good for your overall health and all that other stuff. But that's how the front is starting to look. We'll get some more color on there, the insides, and then got on this side. And this side kind of turned out all right too. We're just playing with the colors, and then got the shingles on this side too. It's kind of heavy, but when the color goes on, it's really gonna pop. And we did the top too, like those. This is, if you run around NOLA, you'll see a lot of that that Mexican kind of architecture with the curves on the top and stuff. So I've been borrowing a little bit from everybody. You know what I'm saying? Oh, found me a feather. Put that at. All right. And our windmill's still up. We finally got this tower done, but I don't know what I'm gonna do with it just yet. Might be just an extra big chimney, and maybe we'll put a furnace in here or something. And I found a table. Matter of fact, that's what I was looking for. Let's do with the table that I found. It's in here somewhere. I don't want to start pulling stuff out because I'll be in here all night with it. And it still lines up. So I'm putting this on the top to kind of even this out on the top and give it a little bit of cushion. But let's see. Come on, baby. Come on. Just so it has something nice to sit on. It's a little softer and won't damage what we got going on. So that's so far that's the progress on the fairy house. And I think I'm gonna paint it in the spirit of NOLA, which is, if you've ever been down here and seen the houses, you know what I'm talking about. And I just completely abandoned the whole bridge thing there. I don't think I'm gonna, it doesn't even fit in anymore because of the star. I don't think it fits in there anymore. So we gotta find something to do with this piece. Man, we'll find somewhere to do with it. You know what I mean? We'll find something to do with it. And a cap, of course, we'll get that. But there we are at an hour and some change, and we got quite a bit done, a little bit at a time, and just a little touch-ups for some of these and whatnot as we go on. But like I said, get them comments and let me know what y'all feeling, thinking, what you want to see. We can go clay, we can go watercolor. I like to just throw it out there for everybody. If you want to see some things or work on some things on your own that's in that realm, you know what I'm saying? We could definitely do it. We can definitely do it. Yeah, I'm all about getting into that creative sphere. They don't look bad at all. I am going to keep the red out front just because of that star. And I'll just color these. I don't like these purple ones or these red ones. They didn't quite work out like I wanted, so we'll peel them off. No big deal, it just comes right off. And get the color in the rest of the roof. All right. So, thanks for stopping in. That's an awesome picture right there. That's an awesome picture right there. Yeah, and I'll tell you, it's the last thing I thought I would be doing. I was thinking about that today. How did I get involved with these fairies? And I know the story and everything, but it's the last thing I thought I would be really diving into as an artist. But it's turned out to be one of the most fulfilling adventures ever with these mischievous and sometimes diabolical fairies. You really is not what you read in the books. I'm telling you that right now. Not what you read in the books. But I appreciate everybody for stopping out. You're welcome. Thanks for the conversation. I appreciate it. I like talking because it really just takes me out of what I'm focused on and just lets things happen a lot easier. So appreciate you, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Like I said, maybe about 5:30, 6 o'clock. I will be on IG doing the pull for the wave spell for the next 13 days, which should be very interesting with everything that's going on at this time. And we'll talk about even the planets in astrology because there's a lot going on there too. There's just the shift is here, like the change is here, and more people we can get to catch on that vibe, the better. You feel me? All right. So enjoy y'all evening. Keep your vibrations high. Do only what you love doing. Only what you love doing. You know what I'm saying? And keep that inner child just flowing. All right. So with all that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all have a great one.